Hello students, welcome to the class. Everyone who has just joined the class, do mention it in the comment section so I can tell your name also. So we'll be starting with the second topic today, that is principle of design. We've already started with the teaching part of 2024 examinations, that is for NATA GMAT's part 2 paper. पहले ही सेशन में वी हैव कवर्ड द बेसिक टॉपिक ऑफ एलिमेंट्स ऑफ डिज़ाइन. होपफुली आप सभी को याद ही होगा. And we had taken some examples of that too, and now we'll be beginning with the principle of design. So quickly tell me who all are there in the session so that I can name you. The one who are present in the session, quickly tell me who all are there. I have certain big news to announce. काफ़ी अच्छी न्यूज़ है आपके लिए. Okay, so now into elements of design, we'll have a quick revision of the earlier topic before everyone joins the session. As I've already told you, for design work, we need to have certain things to communicate our design to the viewer. Okay, those things are the elements. In the elements, we have 7 long list of elements into which there were lines, starting with the lines. Okay. Into which you can give some pictorial representation of something having a movement. कुछ चल रहा है ऐसा दिखाना है, कुछ steady है ऐसा दिखाना है, तो you usually use the different directions of lines and showcase that, right? The next in the list was the shapes, different shapes. It can be organic, it can be inorganic, the one which are present in the nature, okay, which are of irregular shape, and the one actually which is geometric, जो आ जाता है लाइक स्क्वायर, ट्राइंगल, सर्कल टाइप्स, जो रेगुलर फिगर्स जिसे हम कहते हैं. तो दिस आर द डिफरेंट वैरायटी ऑफ शेप्स वी हैड डिस्कस्ड. वी हैड शोन यू सम ऑफ द पिक्चर्स. या समबडी, मनीष आर्ट्स कह रहे हैं आपका वॉइस थोड़ा सा लो है. एवरीबडी कैन हियर मी नाउ. आई विल जस्ट इंक्रीज माई पिच एंड मेक यू स्टडी. होप इट इज क्लियर नाउ एवरीवन. Can you hear me guys? If yes, do a thumbs up so that I can relate you. Okay, so shapes हो गया था. We had forms. Shapes का ही 3D form. Like if you are talking about square, तो उसको अगर 3D में हम convert करेंगे, we'll have a cube, right? So those are the forms. If you are having a triangle, if you are making it 3D, so you'll have a cone shape coming out, right? You have a rectangle, it will go to cuboidal. हमें वाह, कुछ ने तो शायरी चालू कर दी सुबह 9:30 बजे. व्हाट अ टाइमिंग. वाह. सो स्माइल तो बरकरार ही है, बस आप आते रहो सेशंस में एंड बी रिस्पॉन्सिबल इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. क्योंकि ये थ्योरी लेक्चर्स के मैं लाइव इसलिए ले रही हूँ कि आप अपने थॉट्स, अपने डाउट्स भी हो, वो भी आप प्रेजेंट कर पाओ इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. Hence I am taking such sessions for the live. Okay, basics of your syllabus for your NATA and GMAINS Part 2 paper for your BARC. So we have already started with the preparation for 2024 examination. Make sure you do not miss out with any of the sessions. And I am starting with all the basics. हमने start किया था elements of design से, आज हम ले रहे हैं principle of designs. So elements of designs में line हो गया, shapes हो गया, forms हो गया. You also had textures, right? Textures जैसे कि मैंने आपको समझाया था कि if you're wanting to fill the different category of textures, the best example you can get it is going in some fabric shop. Okay, वहाँ पे आपको different fabric को feel करके you will have an idea of what is exactly texture. Even naturally available textures are also there. You can have the skin felt of a squirrel. Okay, you have some spiky things coming out like for dragon fruit, for papaya you have that sharp spike texture, right? So these are the variety of textures naturally available to us. So that is one of the elements of design. ये सारे होने के बाद we'll continue with principle of designs. Now there are certain principles which are followed for the design. So one by one we'll start with that. फाइन, सी अब नहीं आएगी बेटा लाइट, देखना अभी. Okay, the very first principle of design is the axis. Okay, if you talk about axis, is the line established by 2 points about which forms and spaces can be arranged in a regular or an irregular manner. Means मान लीजिए आप किसी लोगों की बात करें, if you are talking about, you say McDonald's, okay, तो you have that M coming up as a logo, right? तो अगर उसमें if we fix the vertical axis exactly in the middle, so you may see the shapes and the forms and the lines all coming in a regular manner on both the sides. Okay, M के दोनों part equally divided है on the both the side of the axis. Okay, so that is a particular line that is established between 2 points which forms and spaces उसके आजू बाजू या तो irregular form में या तो irregular form में arranged रहते हैं. Okay, so that is basically an axis. Got it? So characteristics कौन कौन सी है axis की अगर हम बात करें, it induces movement and promotes views along its path. मतलब axis को consider करते हुए if we go ahead with the design, what will it help us? axis की मदद से हमें एक तरीके का एक path मिलेगा जिस path पे हम चाहते हैं viewers चले, right? हम चाहते हैं कि चलो एक्सिस अगर इस डायरेक्शन में एंड इफ वी आर फोकसिंग विद द शेप्स एंड द फॉर्म्स अराउंड इट, वी वांट द व्यूअर टू व्यू इट लाइक दिस, राइट? So that is the main purpose of putting an axis. If the axis is horizontal and if you're putting certain objects, shapes and forms here, shapes and form here, you're wanting viewer to look like this, right? So it basically guides the viewer the path of viewing the design. तो इस reason की वजह से the axes are introduced. An axis must be terminated at both of its end by a significant form and a space. Okay, must be terminated मतलब खत्म होनी चाहिए at both the ends. ऐसा नहीं चलती रहे axis, it will go with infinite design also then. So you need to terminate it to the ends, right? See, here are the axes. This you have this axis. Okay, furthermore in the characteristic, the motion of an axis can be reinforced by defining edges along its length. Okay, the motion of the axis can be reinforced, can be made significant, okay, by defining the edges along its length. उसकी जो length है उसकी edges के along अगर उसको आप define कर दोगे, एक establish करते हो एक significant point कि हाँ इतना सा axis है. Okay, that is what is the characteristic of an axis. An axis can also be established simply by symmetrical arrangement and of forms and shapes. जैसे कि मैंने आपको लोगों का example दिया, if we are talking about McDonald's, you are having it symmetricity arranged within like the vertical axis automatically, क्योंकि दोनों side के forms are of equal shape and size. Okay, तो automatic वो बनी गई axis. ऐसे भी axis बन सकती है, it's possible. Fine. So this is the axis. Even on the roads you can find this. Okay. This is the axis. Symmetry देख ही सकते हो आप, right? So it helps us move our eyes from here to here with this line dominating it, right? This is the axis. MS पूछ रहे हैं axis is limitation. Limitation in what form? Limits. It limits to an extent, yes, but it also at the same time provides the movement. Okay, limits its extreme, the edges, but otherwise जो भी design है उसमें movement भी provide करता है. Okay, so this is the axis. Fine. Here in the axis, as you can see, there are vertical lines and some figures that is shown over here. Again defining a design. Now into this. What is this? MS Manish Art. बोलिए. यहाँ पे देख सकते हो आप axis going like this and everything divided among its both the parts. Right. That's the Taj Mahal, Agra. beautiful monument. Here also in the axis there has been division made. Okay. So onto this axis everything divided in symmetricity both the sides. Here with this axis railway track you have the symmetricity running out. So which type of planning is this? Anybody can name this? If you know the technical name of this planning. Anybody? MS, Manish Arts, please bataiye if you know. That's actually the radial form of planning. Okay. It is like radiations coming out. Okay. It's the radial form. So that also its axis which is a principle of design over here used is axis, and it helps in proper division and movement of the complete design, right? So here is a proper example I can say for the axis. Radial, systematic to hai. Radial is the better word. Ma'am, can we say like bulb? You can say like sun. You imagine this to be the sun and this to be its radiations rather than bulb. Sun की radiations ज़्यादा होती है ना इसलिए. Okay, so this is the radial one. X is different. अभी next जो है वो है symmetry. Okay, one more principle of design wherein if you arrange certain things into symmetry, you actually find the design very attractive, very convincing, right? आँखों को pleasing लगती है कहीं ना कहीं. We have many examples into this also. The balanced distribution and arrangement of equivalent forms and spaces about a common line, which is again an axis or a point के around, right? Everything मतलब कि forms, shapes, हम जो भी elements of design को use करते हैं, it is into proper balanced distribution among its sides, right? If you are using an axis, तो दोनों side of the axis you are having the forms and the shapes used in the balanced distribution, right? So symmetry is attractive and creates a sense of harmony. Okay, everything, if you have this axis, everything over here is same as over here, right? It creates, मैंने जैसे कि बताया, eye pleasing लगता है अपने को, देखने में बहुत सही लगता है. It creates a sense of harmony, a unity, right? Everything being into sync with each other. ऐसा लगता है अपने को. Even into, you might have seen into the religious temples and mosques and churches, symmetry वाला principle बहुत ज़्यादा ही follow होता है, because those are the buildings or the monuments or the religious structures made with the purpose of unity, right? आप वहाँ पे जाते हो, you go with the puja, darshan, everything, and you actually tend to unite with people, unite with God, and have all this positivity around, right? So that basically is created by this particular principle of design, that is symmetry. Got it? So that's symmetry. It's the perfect example. Among the axes, you're having the two dots both the sides. See, one more example of symmetry. The same forms, shapes, figures, lines, and everything used with the same balanced distribution on both the side of the axis. Okay, even the color is same. Now there are certain types of symmetry again. The first in the list is the bilateral symmetry. Okay, if you can see, both the axes, everything is balanced. If I talk about the vertical axis, squares here, squares here, squares here, squares here. If I talk about the horizontal one, dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here. Everything into bilateral, both the axes getting balanced. Here, see, Lal Killa of Delhi is also an example of symmetry, the principle of design, that is symmetry, that is used. So you can have this axis and everything same on both the sides. Okay, got it? So into various design structures this particular principle is used, and it actually creates, जैसे कि बताया, a sense of harmony, unity. Okay, it's really eye pleasing, very good to see. Types of symmetry में the other goes in the list is the radial symmetry. Okay, in the radial axis also you have the things, patterns, shapes, forms coming equally distributed among the radial axis also. Okay, radially if it is distributed same way, then it is radial symmetry. Here is a plan of certain monument, and into that also you will have that radial symmetry out. Okay, this is Sanchi Stupa of Madhya Pradesh. Fine. अगर आप इसको ऊपर से देखोगे, if you look it from the top, you'll actually feel the radial symmetry. Yeah, it also applies into human body. Absolutely, agree to that. Even into human body, if you have this axis, you'll have everything similar on both sides. Right? Everything going similar. Perfect example. Very good, MS. You have both the eyes, lips cut into two, nose cut into two hands, two legs, everything going into symmetry. Right? You have butterfly as an example for the symmetry. Cut half, you'll get the same thing. Right? It's the symmetry, half. Which is this particular structure? If anybody could name me this. Good morning, ma'am. Nice to have sessions like having this sessions in YouTube. Yes, purposefully, because we want you guys to, get yourself engaged into the studies which are useful for your NATA GPSC preparation. So we are aiming at 2024 exams. So here we have started with the sessions. So anybody could name me this? Which one is this? Yeah, MS, Lotus Temple. Where it is located? कहाँ पे है ये? Lotus Temple. Where is this? Yeah, Tejaswini. It's at Delhi. Perfect. MS, very good. So this again is an example of symmetry. A perfect example of symmetry. Right? You can see with the axis, the complete design is equal on both sides. Right? So that's even the radial symmetry. यहाँ पे जिसकी हम बात कर रहे हैं. If you look it from the top, you will have the exact design around. Radial is having symmetricity also. Right? If you cut it like this, you'll have the symmetry. Right? The next in the list for the principle of design is the hierarchy. What is hierarchy? Anybody could tell me in the comment section what is hierarchy? What do you mean by that? If you can just explain me with an example if possible, that मुझे लगे कि हाँ you are clear with that. Ma'am, stars have symmetry, like with the shape, star shape, yes, you can have the symmetry, absolutely. Bilkul hi. What is hierarchy? Anybody could explain me this particular word? What is hierarchy? If I give you a very basic example, as in you have been into your school time, right? Schools में थे आप सभी हो, in fact, what you are into 12th, right? Tejaswini and MS. क्या presently कहाँ पे हो बताओ. So you have the sequence followed, like you have your class teacher के ऊपर supervisor के ऊपर principal, and the one who is the management side of the school, maybe a director of the school. So this is what is the hierarchy, right? If I started from the very top, the director, the principal, the supervisor, then the teacher, class teacher, right? pyramid is an example. Yes, Tejaswini 12th की है, very good. And pyramid is the example. MS आप भी 12th standard में हो, you are into 12th, right? Pyramid is an example, very good example, and it also follows an hierarchy, right? दूसरे भी example है. This again is a principle of design. The articulation of a form or a shape by its size, shape or placement relative to the other forms and spaces of the organizations. मतलब articulation of the form and the shape is you are having the division of certain forms and the shapes. Okay, उसकी size increase होती जा रही है या तो decrease होती जा रही है. I have some pictorial representation also which will help you understand even in better way. In design, hierarchy can manifest itself in many usual ways. It's through the careful arrangement of visual elements that creates a clear hierarchy. मतलब आप किस हिसाब से जो भी elements हैं उनको place कर रहे हो to actually have that visual coming out. Okay, आपके सामने कोई ऐसी चीज है जो it's having variety of shapes and that too into decreasing manner. So actually you got to see that structure like this. Okay, बड़ा सा छोटे 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 छोटे. So that visually appearance of that structure helps to manifest certain things, right? You tend to have some, a very classy imagination in your mind when you look at this hierarchy of a structure. I'll show you certain structure and help you explain the same. Hierarchy can manifest itself in many visual ways such as in scale, color, contrast, space, alignment, shape and forms. Okay. See here, hierarchy helps signal the importance of each element. अगर कोई भी element को आप इस तरीके से display करोगे, it tends to be boring also, right? And it tends to not give individual importance to the elements, each of the elements. So to give the importance to each of the elements and also to make it even more interesting, you tend to have interest into seeing this rather than seeing this. और इसमें आप सारे एलिमेंट को बहुत सही से इम्पोर्टेंस देते हुए देखोगे, बट इसमें ऐसा नहीं होगा. ओके, यू विल जस्ट हैव अ व्यू लाइक दिस एंड टेक अ ऑफ. यहाँ पे यू विल हैव दिस व्यू एंड गोइंग ऑन टू दिस एंड देन टेकिंग ऑफ. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाट इज द, I can say, ability of hierarchy to keep the viewer engaged. ट्वेल्थ PCM मैम, ओके, MS भी 12th के हैं. MS कह रहे हैं मैम टेबल अम्ब्रेला इज एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ दिस. अम्ब्रेला, ओके, अम्ब्रेला इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, या could be an hierarchy into that also, absolutely. क्योंकि हायरार्की बहुत सारे फॉर्म से हो सकती है, नॉट ओनली विद शेप्स, दूसरे भी हैं. Here's our newest park. Okay, that's okay. See here, this is a park into which we will have the hierarchy displayed like this. So I skipped with certain examples. We'll go with the types of hierarchy. See, with the shape, size also you will have the hierarchy. Okay, going from very big to the very small. What this figure helps us see, यहाँ पे ये पर्टिकुलर थिंग देखते आप पहले क्या देखोगे, यू विल एक्चुअली सी दिस बिग स्क्वायर गोइंग रियली स्मॉल हियर. तो यही तो रीजन है हायरार्की का. द डिजाइनर एक्चुअली वांट्स यू, मेक यू सी दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग ऑन टू इम्पोर्टेंस, राइट? उनको ऐसा ही है कि आप ये पहले देखो और विथ इम्पोर्टेंस देखो, एंड दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ हायरार्की. ओके, so this particular thing is also used in some of the logos of the company branch. Okay, यहाँ पे भी देखो, this creates, ये सबसे बड़ा, and then it goes down, going smaller in size over here, smaller in size over here. So this creates an hierarchy. Okay, the size hierarchy. दूसरा जो variety is by the shape, वो वाला size था अब shape का. Okay, we'll have the shape change happening over here, and that again creates an engagement and importance of this particular picture, how value you give to this particular hierarchy. Okay, here also as you can see, the things highlighted is basically creating the hierarchy, and that too into shapes. Okay, the shapes are getting changed. Smaller say or be smaller, smallest. Now hierarchy by the placement. If I talk about the placement, now into this there are certain grey squares and only single yellow square over here. Okay, so your immediate focus for this particular picture goes over here, right? So it depends on even the placement. Okay, so for this particular structure, your basic जो viewer का जो attention जाता है is going over here. Okay, so that's with the placement. Okay, so this is a food chain into which again as one of those stated na pyramid. The 60s dude is asking how is B planning. I'll surely cover more on that, don't worry. Respiratory organs and reproductive organs also come in this map. अच्छा hierarchy में. Oh, okay. And B planning, I'm coming to that beta. 60s dude, समझा के रुको. So this also, see, explaining the hierarchy as in the complete food chain, the producers, the herbivores, omnivore, and the carnivores, right? You have seen, you have studied this into your school time, basic school times. That is again depicted by the hierarchy. Okay, so it's very easy to understand. Illustrations of hierarchy. So this is what I was talking about. Into certain of the monuments, you actually see the elements of it getting increased into size, right? Yeah. Okay. So if we talk about from the top, which you go below, you'll have this thing increased into size. Next is data, but before that I'll just answer the question. Ma'am, हमारा caste system भी है example. We will not come into that, MS, please. Data is the next principle of design, but उससे पहले I'll just answer for the B planning. Yeah, B planning is upcoming branch, and yeah, it's having a nice growth options as a career. But if I talk about B arc and B planning, B arc की career opportunities in comparison are more, but into government jobs if you are thinking, then B planning की अच्छी खासी vacancies आती है for sure. If you are looking to work into some private firms and have your own startup as a designer, as an architect, तो वो easy रहेगा being an architect rather than being a B planner. Okay, तो खुद का स्टार्टअप अगर सोच रहे हो तो गो फॉर आर्किटेक्चर बी आर्क, एंड इफ यू आर थिंकिंग फॉर एनी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर लेस इनटू प्राइवेट सेक्टर्स, सो या दैट इज फॉर बी प्लान. ओके, एंड इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द सिलेबस एंड द स्टडी थिंग, तो बी प्लानिंग इज कंपैरेटिवली इजी देन बी आर्क. सो इतना स्ट्रेसफुल नहीं रहता जितना बी आर्क रहता है, एंड अगेन इट्स अ 5 years कोर्स. Can I work as a UX UI designer interior after B plan? You need to have certain certified courses done before working under that title, and yes, if you are done with those certified courses, you can absolutely work as a designer. कर सकते हो. B plan is a supporting degree to B architecture. So उसके respect में अगर आपको jobs architecture वाली jobs चाहिए तो you can take, but certain certified courses चलते हैं market में. You need to pursue that and you can have your career beginning as a designer. Absolutely. Interior designer is not a separate branch of PR, but yeah, it's a sub branch you can say. But अगर आपको पहले से ही पता है as an interior designer मुझे आगे बढ़ना है, तो कुछ specialized courses रहते हैं जो which will act as a supporting course with your B arc. ठीक है, उसकी मार्केट में डिमांड ज़्यादा रहती है कि जिन्होंने बैचलर्स इनटू आर्किटेक्चर किया है, साथ ही वो कोर्सेज किए फॉर इंटीरियर डिजाइनिंग, तो दे इमीडिएटली गेट रिक्रूटेड. तो अगर आपका पहले से ही फर्म है कि आई वांट टू गो इनटू इंटीरियर डिजाइनिंग, देन go with that courses also along with your B.Arch. It's a sub branch of architecture, not exactly a separate thing, but yeah, you need to pursue a certain course. Okay, so all clear with this? With this, I would also like to let you know about certain things. मैं बता दूँ. So we have a batch which is launched on the very recent basis, and we have the batch name as Stapatya, and into that, yeah, the scroller not coming down, yeah, there it is. So into that we have a certain offer launch presently that is offering you the batch with the preparation of NATA G-Means Part 2 paper, with all the live sessions like this, and even not onto YouTube, onto the Unacademy platform, and even we'll have the doubt solving sessions, we'll have the mock test, all running for 3 complete months, giving you a dedicated training for your both the examinations, that is NATA and G-Means Part 2 paper. आप सभी को पता ही होगा G-Means Part 2 paper जो B.Arch का specifically रहता है, उससे you will get admission into the NITs and the SPAs, right? Even if you are going with the part 1 paper and clearing the other NATA exam, you can even aim at IIT Kharagpur and IIT Roorkee for your B.Arch. 2 IITs हैं इंडिया में जो कि B.Arch ऑफर कर रही है. तो उन सभी की एवरी एग्जामिनेशन की प्रिपरेशन नाटा के बेसिस पे भी आपको बहुत सही सही यूनिवर्सिटीज मिलेगी, जो आपका जो मेरिट स्कोर बनेगा उसके बेसिस में आपको एडमिशन देगी फॉर B.Arch. सर्स जे कॉलेज है, सेफ्ट यूनिवर्सिटी है, अहमदाबाद. सो दिस आर ऑल द यूनिवर्सिटीज एक्सेप्टिंग द नाटा स्कोर. ठीक है, तो मेक श्योर आप सारी एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन करो. आपको एक एग्जाम पे फोकस मत करना. अगर आपको फिक्स्ड है कि मुझे आर्किटेक्चर में ही जाना है, तो दोनों ही एग्जाम आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड फॉर दैट वी हैव द बैच दैट इज लॉन्च्ड. उसकी प्राइस है 6499. यू कैन गेट द एनरोलमेंट डन एट द इमीडिएट बेसिस, जिसकी लिंक प्रोवाइडेड है in the description box for you guys to get enroll. इसकी जो studies है onto the application will begin from mid of August itself. Okay, we are starting from very middle of August. ये सिर्फ मैं कुछ topics ले रही हूँ पढ़ाने को, just to make it sure कि इस type का study आएगा आपका architecture का. ठीक है, और इसमें जो भी exam patterns है, everything, what are type of question, what all topics are being covered into syllabus, उसके भी videos ये channel पे बन चुके हैं. If you want to check it out कि नाटा का syllabus क्या है, exam patterns क्या है, absolutely you'll get the videos in the this particular channel of design and architecture exams by Unacademy. और yeah, this is Stapatya 2024. My goal is to make you proud for me. Wow, MS. I actually got SPA, Delhi B planning, and I'm thinking of doing abroad. Okay, masters into design abroad or in probably any of the IITs through seat. Okay, that's really a nice plan, dude. What's your real name, dude? I actually got, yeah, SPA Delhi mein B planning is wonderful. You'll have a amazing exposure. Dekho, I personally give you an advice of like doing your architecture or planning का bachelor course from any of the dedicated universities of that thing, that course. Like अगर आप NITs में भी जाते हो तो NITs का basic is technology side, engineering side. B.Arch है, काफ़ी NITs में है, 16 NITs में है, but they are basically into engineering. So school of planning and architecture जो भी SPA है, 3 है अपनी, उसमें से अगर आप करते हो ना, you will get an amazing exposure of all the alumni of that particular university, the teaching staff, the activities running, the internship opportunities you are getting. Everything is very much into high scale possible into SPAs, जो कि dedicated firms है for planning and architecture. So that's really good. Average salary कितनी होती है for a architecture? Up starting, if you are from an average university, starting package आप 3-4 लाख गिन सकते हो. If you are from the really good universities like Sir JJ, सेप्ट universities, जो जामिया मालिया जो है, then we have certain more Rizvi college है. इनमें से हो अगर आप, तो आपकी starting would go to 7 to 8 lakhs. Okay, as a starting package. और ऑफ कोर्स NITs and SPs से तो ज़्यादा ही होगी, इससे भी ज़्यादा होगी. Okay, so this is the particular offer running presently, and you can get this just at 6499. So इसको enroll करने के लिए you'll have the link available in the description below, and yeah, यही टाइप का स्टडीज अपना वहाँ पे भी चलेगा, बट और भी थोड़ा डेप्थ में, to make you understand even into detail. Fine. Yeah. The next was principle of design was datum. Now what is datum? It basically refers to a line, plane or a volume of reference to which other elements in a compositions can relate. Datum basically is the baseline, is the reference line. Okay, अगर आप you know, if you are even measuring your height, even if you are measuring your height, you are taking certain base and उस पे अगर measuring chart लगा दो तो उसके reference base के reference में आपकी height ये है, आपको पता चलती है, right? So if you want to compare heights of different objects, which is taller, which is shorter, okay, so if you are having a similar base, similar datum, similar reference line to all the objects, you actually can compare the heights, right? So that is the reference line, that is the datum. Okay, this is the datum, and to which reference to which the objects are arranged. See, here is the datum line, reference line onto which the objects are arranged. Elements, I can say, are arranged. Even into this, एक Napoleon भी था अभी, human body. So here is the example. If we start from now, we can get into IIT. Absolutely MS. Watching you from Doba, Mizoram. Oh, you're from Mizoram. Nice, MS. What's your name, MS? I'm just telling you MS. See, you were telling example of human body, na? It came here, see. Even that also, there also you will have a datum or reference line onto which the complete body parts divided. Okay? Yeah, that's the datum, the reference line. Yeah. It can organize the elements in the following ways. It can organize in the form of a line or a plane or a volume. Either of the dimensions. 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimensions. Line, plane or volume. Okay, if it is dividing in the form of a line, as you have seen examples earlier also, they were in the form of line, okay, a particular line as a reference, and the objects, or you can say the elements, getting divided on the sides of the line equally, or you can say it's being divided equally, hota to symmetry ho jati, right? So this is the line's datum and it's been fitted. यहाँ पे भी देखो, bar square, the part on the Nepal side, you are having the plan of this particular, the Darbar square. Okay, so that basically this the datum line into which you will have certain parts of recreational, or you can say the enjoyment purpose वाले यहाँ पे. This being the educational side buildings, or you know, basically the datum shall help you divide certain parts of the cities also, like you're having educational side, religious, public buildings, residentials. Okay, so those are particularly divided using a reference line, that is datum. Long tie. Ma'am, have SPA Delhi given the dates of physical verification? I'm actually worried because all the SPAs and NITs have given their dates, but Delhi can't see any in the website. Not sure, we'll also have to check. I'll have a look. Well, I have to check into detail. As of now, I'm not able to see. Ma'am, you asked, my name is Machin Chante. I'll call you MS only. It's difficult for me to tell you this. Okay, so this again is a datum line, or you can say the reference line. Okay. Just a second, guys. Yeah, see, this is the actual picture showing you the reference line. Okay, the datum into which the things are being divided. It was in the form of line earlier, the second in the form of a plane if it is divided. Okay, you will have the plane and into which you will have certain objects. This is a famous Salvation Army hostel of Paris, France. This is again having a plane datum into which it is been, the elements of design are being arranged. You will have next is the volume. Okay, into volume you will have the certain things divided. The shapes getting fitted. Okay, I'll go with the actual example faster to make you even more clear. Okay, so this is the datum shown in the form of a volume here, right? Okay, so here you will have a volume of this getting divided. This is Piazza San Marco into Italy, Venice, Italy. Fine. Is the division made? Yeah, and we'll go with the next principle of design in the next upcoming lecture for sure. I'll be planning it tomorrow mostly. So, yes, the 60s dude and this thing, MS. I'll come up with the updates on to SPA Delhi tomorrow and tomorrow's live. MS meaning is to one in our area. I think I'm close student of yours. Okay, chalo. We'll wind up of it for today. Let's keep this much for today. So that were the basically the principle of design. We are remaining with few more principle of designs apart from symmetry, apart from datum, and which other we studied. I need you guys to name it. Symmetry, datum मैंने बताया. बाकी क्या बताओ चलो. Which all principle of designs we studied? बताओ बताओ. सिमेट्री हो गया, डेटम हो गया, और कौन सा? lensum. Okay, so yaad karke aao. We'll have a revision next time and we'll proceed with doing rhythm next time. Okay, rhythm as a principle of design. Okay, axis tha symmetry and hierarchy and datum. Got it? 4 we did, remaining will continue next time. And we have this offer running presently. The one who wants to enroll, get yourself enrolled really soon. Sthapatya 2024 is the batch which shall have educators. मैं नहीं, मेरे साथ और भी educators हैं, वो सभी मिलके आपको पढ़ाएंगे. And Mindwell educators we have selected are a team of very specialized person in each of your topics of syllabus. Okay, हर एक topic का एक specialized educator है जो कि आपको पढ़ाएगा. With all the revision needed, all the PYQ practice needed, सभी चीज़ें करवाते हुए ये बैच हमने लॉन्च की है with special team, जो कि already we are looking forward to have only limited number of students registered for this because we want to actually have the rigorous training done onto them and their performance will speak out. Okay, next year. So यही चीज़ का wait करते हुए we have launched this and let's see. We are really excited to start with it. Okay, so enroll yourself for this particular batch, Sthapatya 2024. It's just at 6499 as of now. So yeah, bye bye. We'll see you tomorrow again at around 9:30. कल के दिन में या हो पाएगा 9 or 9:30. I'll plan it out tomorrow. Okay, weekend है, Saturday sleep. We'll continue with further principle of designs tomorrow. Chalo, bye bye everyone. Bye. Early, but early what time? 7. So you need to go for your work. Which work are you doing at 10? I'll try and do it by 8:30. Possible हुआ तो, otherwise shall be 9. I'm having a kid 4-year-old. उसका schedule I need to manage ना. इसलिए. Okay, I'll try and keep as early as possible. Chalo, bye. Bye MS. Bye 60s dude. Bye bye everyone. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.